The Bulls are in town. The Utah Jazz in first place, although it be only by half a game at this time. Let's have a look at the Jeep Eagle starting lineups, and let's talk matchup, Hubie.
Yeah, to me right there, Grant is going to have a difficult time with Karl Malone. Malone is leading the league in foul shot attempts at 11. Grant must stay out of foul trouble. Then you have the key one in the backcourt. Can Michael Jordan hold Jeff Malone in this building? Utah needs Malone to get him 20 points.
Phil Jackson, the coach of the Chicago Bears, and he has his hands full now. The Chicago Bears, no, he would be in a lot of trouble with the Bears. I guess that's Dave Wannstedt. 7-8 in January, and he's got some problems with the Bulls right now because they are losing. He's got some injuries, and he's got a tough job in his hand. Maybe the toughest job of coaching the Bulls since he became their head coach. You see in the background his assistant coaches. Jerry Sloan led the Jazz to 4 straight 50-plus win season. His team, too, in a bit of a slump, and mainly he is worried about Mark Eaton and how many minutes he can get out of Mark. In the game against the Clippers just the other night, he had to go back to him late in the game when he would like to have been resting the big fella.
Yeah, because the Clippers came from 15 down, closed it to 2, and they needed some defensive stability in the lane. They bring in Eaton. He makes a few shot blocks and then shuts out his opponent and forces him to go 0 for 3. And you win the ball game. You walk out of the building, you look at the statistics. Mark Eaton hardly has any statistics, but if they do not use him, they do not win that game.
Mark Eaton, 30 minutes a game is career average. He's averaging under 14 minutes a game, like 13.9 this season, and that's only gone up recently as he's come back and been, the doctors have now said he can play up to 20 minutes.
Well, you know, the guy has been in the league 9 years. He only missed 9 games previous to this season. Already he's missed 11. And, you know, you're talking about a guy 7'4", 285 pounds, and the pounding on that knee, they just have enough time for the recovery.
Ready to jump it up at center court, Eaton and Bill Cartwright. Malone and Corbin, the starting forwards for Utah. Pippen comes away with it for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen playing with a sore ankle that has, in our view, slowed his game down a little bit. Inside to Horace Grant. Back out to Michael Jordan, 10 to shoot. Against Jeff Malone. The pick from Cartwright. 5 to shoot. Michaels comes up short. Offensive rebound to Grant. Mark Eaton with the defensive board.
Well, that's nothing new. Grant leads this league. He's right up there with Shaquille O'Neal in offensive rebounding, 4+ a game. Now, at this end of the floor, Utah very, very methodical. They tried to run a lot of high pick-and-roll stuff and also baseline action for Karl Malone.
B.J. Armstrong defending John Stockton off the baseline pick. Jeff Malone continues in his slump, only shooting 41% the last 8 games.
Well, they love that side of the floor, though, because if you do not have the open shot, you have Malone posted.
Pippen from Cartwright, 2-0 Bulls.
Jerry Sloan told us today that if he can keep the Bulls off the offensive board and out of the lane, he feels that they have a great chance of winning this ball game.
John Stockton is in a battle with Tim Hardaway for that second guard spot.
Nice.
Pippen knocks it away from Eaton with 11 on the shot clock.
But you can see now the game plan is to use Cartwright to double team Karl Malone. Big man, big man. Now, if Mark Eaton will continue to cut to the front of the rim, he's going to be open for a lot of layups, but he must deliver.
8 to shoot, down to Karl Malone. Powers it into the middle. Rebound Cartwright.
Big question everyone is saying, should the Bulls run more or should the Bulls just come up and play half-court basketball?
B.J. Armstrong with a foul on John Stockton. We were talking about Stockton a moment ago. Stockton is right now 3rd in the voting for the All-Star team as the guards in the West. Clyde Drexler #1, and Hardaway and Stockton are close to that starting position. Also, Malone in a battle with Chris Mullin for the starting job in the voting in that area.
Nice feed. Nice feed and good defense by Cartwright. Karl Malone is looking for the foul, but in the early going, you're going to let the contact go.
There's Mark Eaton with the block of Horace Grant, who had a gimme in almost any other situation. Jazz have not scored yet. We've played over 2 minutes.
In this game, you better take it to the hole strong if when Eaton's out there, and then the Bulls are a great shot blocking team.
Hard into the lane. Malone gets bumped. He kicks it out. No whistle.
Everybody's a little uptight here right now. Nothing is smooth, and they're doing a nice job in trapping Stockton.
Stockton with a beautiful no-look to Eaton, who finally gets a bucket. 2-2. 4 points have been scored in just under 3 minutes. Jordan left alone.
That's the triangle offense where they bring it back to the top, and then they form a double screen for Michael Jordan on that right side. So far, the Bulls are getting excellent shots, high percentage.
Tyrone Corbin and Malone down inside the paint. The lob to Malone from Stockton.
Nice pass. If you're going to front Karl Malone, you better challenge Stockton on the pass. You cannot give him that free airway to make the lob.
Stockton couldn't get the rebound. Pippen missed the tip in, and Eaton comes away with it.
That's their third offensive second shot.
Malone is 3 seconds.
Oh boy, watch out now. See, Karl Malone is really hot. He's hot because he thought that he got bumped. And then also on the time before down on the low box, he thought that they grabbed his arm when the pass was made inside. Now, the one thing that he cannot afford to have happen here is to get a technical early.
Karl Malone leads the NBA in free throw attempts. He usually gets the calls. A lot of the teams thinks he gets a lot of them here at the Delta Center. Pippen on the drive, fouled before the shot.
The early entry in that possession was posting Michael Jordan versus Jeff Malone. I would think that the Bulls would exhaust that because that's going to be there for them. Now, I realize they still had the two-man game on the other side before they come out of it with 2 foul shots for Pippen.
Scottie Pippen's free throw shooting down a bit this year. Several of the Bulls have been lacking in that area.
Hey, for a guy who goes to the line as much as Pippen, he's only shooting 66%. And you know that in the big games, he and Michael are the 2 guys that are getting fouled down the wire.
8 minutes to go first quarter. Bulls lead it 6-4. Bulls playing intense defense early in this game. So are the Jazz.
See, Malone is so strong, he just backs you down.
Offensive foul. They called traveling. That'll be a violation.
They had plenty of time on the clock that time. I was kind of surprised at Jeff Malone. He was a little impatient. Karl Malone had Grant all the way into the paint that time.
Pippen with the air ball. The outlet pass to Corbin.
Wow.
What a pass from Karl Malone.
On the money.
That looked like Aikman to Irvin.
And I'll tell you, B.J. Armstrong was back there and gave a great effort. You must keep your eye on Corbin. They run no plays for him at that small forward position, but he can really run.
Jordan with
Look at
a
this guy.
questionable shot, but Horace Grant with the offensive rebound and the putback.
That's why we brought this out early. He's leading the league in offensive rebounding at 4 per game. He has 3, and we have not played 6 minutes yet.
Stockton to Malone, left alone from 17.
Shooting that one with a lot of confidence, Bob.
4 points for Karl Malone. Utah's guards have not scored yet. Pippen over Corbin.
Well, with Pippen tonight, it's either it's in or it's an air ball. Either take your choice or anything outside of 20 feet.
Scotty has 6 points early in this ball game. Bulls lead at 10-8.
Oh, you have to look in there now. A nice move by Michael Jordan. Malone had Michael in there. How about that?
And the foul.
What a great move, Bob. Take the defensive player off by coming under the basket and up on the opposite side. If the defender tried to shot block it, he would have crashed into the rim itself.
Cartwright with the foul. We are tied at 10.
If you are just leave your seat numbers.
Ex-teammates,
Phil Jackson of the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are 9 games off the pace that they were at this time last year. They've got some injuries. They've been slumping. Before the game, I asked Phil Jackson, what's wrong?
This is a different team. It is not the Bulls of 90, 91. It's not the 91, 92 Bulls. This is a Bull team that now has played, 400 or 500 games together. They've played almost 100 playoff games together going into this season. We just can't generate the kind of things that we generated with youth and enthusiasm, defense, and trapping. So we have to conserve.
Well, you and I both know, Bob, that the players are starting to let their feelings be heard in the press, and that is that they want to press and trap a little bit more and play fast, speed-up basketball. The coaching staff wants them to slow down, play half court, conserve their energy, and be ready at playoff time. Right now, you're 1 and 3 on this road trip, and you're shooting 41%. Now you say, well, what's the big deal? They're only 4 for 12 again tonight in the early going.
Scottie Pippen gives the Bulls the 2-point lead, 12-10, 5:50 to go, first quarter.
Baseline screen for Corbin.
Bulls denied it. They punch it away. 3-on-1.
Now that's what you like to see with the Bulls. When they're at their best, they are double teaming, creating the turnover, and then they have the 2 great finishers in Pippen and in Jordan. But you like to see them do that after foul shots when they put that full court trap on you. That's when they're really smoking.
Stockton is such a great passer. That one off the dribble to the mailman, Karl Malone, who has 8.
He seems to always make the right decision to the free guy. He can find it.
The skip pass over to B.J. Armstrong. Somebody got a piece of that. Here comes Corbin to Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton got a piece of that. Was a forced shot, and they still had 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Corbin gets it inside to Karl Malone. The bounce pass to Corbin. 10 to shoot. Jeff Malone, 0 for 2 tonight. Continues his shooting slump.
Pippen, is he feeling it?
They're going to have a meeting at halftime about whether Scottie's taking too many shots. Stockton throws up a brick. Michael Jordan had some disparaging remarks about the Utah Jazz, quoted in the press at least. And every time he touches the ball here at the Delta Center tonight, they're booing him. Corbin from Stockton.
Well, the last 3 minutes, all we're seeing is everything outside of 17, 18 feet. Everyone is just coming up in the rhythm, off the dribble, and taking the jump shot.
Stockton has 5 assists already with 3:53 to go in the first quarter.
I had about 2-man game and then a double screen on the opposite side. Nice.
4 seconds to shoot. 3. B.J. Armstrong had to shoot off the dribble. Mark Eaton playing well early, defensively rebounding, already has a block shot and 5 boards.
And that allows Utah to get out quickly. But so far, in the early going, Chicago's transition defense is outstanding.
Corbin left alone. Pippen didn't get to him. And Tyrone Corbin gives the Jazz their first lead, 16-14.
See, Pippen's going to have a test tonight with Corbin and Benoit. They really get up and down the floor. No plays are run for them, but they score a ton of points.
B.J. Armstrong from the corner. He doesn't get it to go. Karl Malone and Horace Grant battling for it. The ball goes to Utah. Grant says, the mailman pushed me in the bushes. And now Darrell Walker comes onto the floor. He was recently acquired on January 28th, signed to a 10-day contract for the Bulls. He comes in for BJ.
Well, Darrell's a good defender at 6'4" and an excellent defensive rebounder. He'll help them in that way. But you can afford to lay off and use a lot of double teaming. Illegal defense that time.
Illegal defense 20. And a timeout taken now by Chicago.
Chicago Bulls get a timeout as the Jazz lead it by 2 with 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Status closed. Money. You are special, special.
the boogie. Say what?
It's nice to know that if you drive an Eagle Vision, you can be something nobody else is. Yourself.
Hi, I'm Sonny Melendrez, and Gilman Mitsubishi is out to do whatever it takes to be your number one. Let Gilman put you behind the wheel of a brand new 93 Eclipse, loaded with air, power steering, four-wheel disc brakes, AM/FM stereo with 4 separate speakers, and much, much more. Gilman makes it easy for only $11,993. So come let Gilman Mitsubishi be your number one. Take I-35 to the Selma Schertz exit.
The Crystal Baking Company, where good friends meet for good times in a quiet, relaxed atmosphere. Enjoy cocktails and appetizers during happy hour Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. The Crystal Baking Company is famous for fine dining at very moderate prices. Join your friends for exquisite dinners, as well as lunches served in 20 minutes or less. The Crystal Baking Company. Affordable elegance. 1039 Northeast Loop 410 between Broadway and Nacogdoches.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
2 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Only a total of 30 points have been scored. Yet an interesting start to the ball game.
Yeah, I like it. The transition defense at both ends, excellent. What I don't understand is why the early jump shots all outside of the top of the circle, especially when both teams are noted for the fact that when they stay within their half-court offenses, they will eventually end up with an excellent shot.
One of the game plans of the Utah Jazz is to try to get Chicago to take those perimeter shots. Oh, so Jerry Sloan's got to be very happy with that.
Sure he is.
Tyrone Corbin will inbound for the Jazz, leading it by 2. Jay Humphries, who came in the trade from Milwaukee, in at guard for the Utah Jazz now in place of John Stockton.
See, with Darrell Walker in the game, Darrell Walker is playing Jeff Malone. Michael Jordan is on Jay Humphries. That allows Michael to move over because Darrell can play either one of the guards.
Mike Brown comes in for Mark Eaton with 2:37 to go in the first quarter.
There's your triangle.
Bad pass from Horace Grant. They have to start it over again. Karl Malone got his hands on that. 5 seconds to shoot. Rebound Tyrone Corbin. Stacey King took the shot. He also just checked in for Chicago as both teams are going to their benches. Mike Brown from 17 feet. Utah ball.
Corbin, terrific hustle. You know, Corbin came here from Minnesota where he was averaging 18 points a game, 39 minutes, getting tons of shots, you know, 13 shots a game. He comes here, he's only playing 32 minutes. His points are cut down to 12 a game, and he's only getting 9 shots. And they said to him, you know, what's the difference? He says, hey, I love it. I understand my role. I know what my contribution is. I will just run hard, get on the boards, and make things happen. Said because we're winning.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
See, they're getting to Karl Malone really quick with the big people.
Look at that beautiful hook pass. Michael Jordan slaps it away from Mike Brown.
That's not a carry. The fans want to carry on Pippen. All that is a fumble ball. He allowed it to bounce.
Pippen alone for the jumper. That's the first bucket for Chicago in 3.5 minutes.
Pippen keeps coming out early and opening up off of any kind of screens. Now they're going to have to really work on that. If they don't do it at the next timeout, then again at halftime, change their coverage.
Jeff Malone with that fadeaway jumper. He is 0 for the night so far. They try to hit Jordan, intercepted by Corbin. Pulls up from 12. Won't fall. Tip in. Karl Malone.
We have 2 excellent defensive teams here, and we'll see a lot of that. In the early going, we've had 3 steals when people thought they had easy transition baskets.
Michael Jordan with only 2 points in this quarter. Illegal defense called against the Jazz. 56 seconds to go in the quarter. Chicago is going to get Scott Williams into the game for Horace Grant.
Now, Mike Brown was inside of the lane and two zones away from his offensive player.
Only 3 personal fouls have been called in this entire quarter. That's amazing.
Well, I like that because you have two teams. This is a big game. They're both trying to stay, Utah's trying to stay in first place in San Antonio, and Chicago's trying to stay ahead of New York on the loss side.
And Chicago only leads Cleveland by 3.
Look at this. How about
Pippen broke that up.
That's right. Good call, Bob. That was terrific hustle by Pippen.
He tried to dish it to Scott Williams. It was knocked out of bounds by Tyrone Corbin.
Now, Hugh Hollins, the baseline referee, did not get a look at that. He looked to the opposite side. Bernie Fryer did not have a call. He had a no call. But the referee, the trailing referee here, had it all the way. Joe Borgia, he had it all the way.
Jordan, a triple team. Foul before he gets the shot off. He's struggling again tonight. Only 1 for 5 from the floor.
But we mentioned this earlier. They've lost 3 out of 4 games on this trip. They're only shooting 41%. And the guy who is struggling as much as anyone is Michael Jordan. And when you look at for the year, he's only shooting 48%. Now people say only 48. Well, for him, he's a consistent 52 to 54% shooter.
Lowest ever. Jordan backing in. There's the double team again. Darrell Walker is open.
Now you just saw what they will do. They will allow Darrell Walker's man to be a double teamer and just leave him open. He is played in the league 10 years, but he's only a 43% shooter. Most of the points that he scores are off the dribble down inside. They'll give him that outside shot.
The last 2 fouls against Jordan have been from the Malones, Carl, and this time Jeff. Jordan missed 2 clutch free throws down the stretch in the Bulls' most recent loss.
Michael, for the year, though, he's consistently at the foul line. He's getting like 8 to 9 attempts a game, and he's shooting 84%. Now, when the Bulls are smoking, they're down the floor, right like they are right now. They'll match up, and then they will double team, or they will give you a 1-2-1-1 full court press. This is what the players would like to get back to. Get the turnovers, and then let's get running on the fast break.
5 seconds to go in the quarter. Into Malone for the jam.
When you gamble on Karl Malone, you better not miss the pass.
Pippen from long range at the end of the first quarter. The Jazz lead at 20-18. The front court has scored all 20 points. 12 from Malone, 6 from Corbin, 2 from Eaton.
Screen legends Gregory Peck and Lauren Bacall with Cecilia Peck. Ta-da! In the story of a remarkable family. The Portrait, a TNT original, coming February 13th.
Saturday, world record holder Butch Reynolds, Olympic gold medalist Gail Deaver, 5-time Olympic medalist Jackie Joyner-Kersee, the world's best, the Millrose Games, U.S. Olympic gold, Saturday at 4 p.m. on TNT.
Here we were, a jillion miles outside of the hood. The bus got a flat, got no jack. Homie's gonna cut his grass. What's up?
4.5. EP 4.5 here down. 600 sold.
The man's round sells, but he's got no beat.
Pardon me.
That was death. Huh? Yo, MC Cow Selling. Bud. Fresh.
People have switched to AT&T in the last 2 years. And thousands more switch every day. Switch now to AT&T for competitive prices and unsurpassed quality. It's easy to be with the best. Call 1-800-742-3555.
Okay, pull away from the curb and take a left at the end of the block.
Yes, sir.
Is this a new trooper?
Yes, sir. It's my mom's.
Tell you what,
Take a right instead.
Yes, sir.
If ever there was an excuse for driving a little bit out of your way, this is it.
Very nice.
Wait, I didn't get to parallel park.
You're right.
The Isuzu Trooper. Practically amazing.
Very nice.
The Jazz lead it by 2, 20-18 going into the second quarter. Chicago only 7 for 24.
We'd like to just show you Utah in operation here. It's so difficult to play Karl Malone because of his strength, 260 pounds. Now watch right here. You're going to see the defender come around and gamble. But just watch as he tries the front. Malone put up the hand and the forearm and frees the man, which allows him to make the, and once he gets it, baby, he's sending it home with authority.
Karl Malone's getting a rest as we start the second quarter. Karl was the NBA Player of the Week. He was certainly big in the win over the Clippers. Very powerful down the stretch. 38 points, 16 rebounds, 5 blocked shots. Jay Humphries continues at the point to Mike Brown. Pull-up jumper from the big fella.
Hey, the big bear, Mike Brown. He hits that shot. You must get up and play him. Now they're gambling. They'll trap and allow the center to go anywhere. But if Mike keeps looking for that 10 to 12 foot shot, it's there tonight.
Williams, Stacey King, Horace Grant up front. There's a steal from Jay Humphries. Krystkowiak out on the break.
Ooh, they have a 4-on-2.
Chicago back quickly.
Yes.
Humphries being defended by Jordan. David Benoit in at the forward. Stockton back in for the Jazz.
See, the people want to foul on Walker, so he was hand-checking Stockton.
9 seconds. What a pass from Jay Humphries. Down to Larry Krystkowiak, who gets his first bucket of the game. What an addition Humphries has been to give the Utah Jazz a tremendous 3-guard rotation.
And they love it. See, in many games in the early part of this year, Stockton and Humphries were in the backcourt. Krystkowiak was up front with Malone and Corbin. And Jerry Sloan made the statement, without these two people that we picked up in the trade from Milwaukee, we could never be in first place. Watch this wraparound pass right there. Beautiful, off the bounce. Now, the guy who made that reception, you better pay attention to him. Krystkowiak's been in this league a long time. Played in San Antonio, then up in Milwaukee. Quality player, and especially at playoff time, has overcome major surgery to the knee. And just look at the contribution of these two players. Major.
Darrell Walker almost walked.
Nice move.
Beautiful move by Scott Williams to force Krystkowiak away from him before he could get the entry pass.
Well, anytime the ball's in the middle of the floor, you cannot go around the outside to front a guy, Bob. And that time Williams was smart enough to pin his man.
Stockton with a beautiful scoop shot. That's John's first basket of the night.
Well, he's not shooting much in the first half in the games here at home. Jerry says that what he's trying to do is to get everyone else in the flow.
Well, he's done that. The foul on Jay Humphries.
Yeah, Jay, you can't lose your cool here now. They really need you. This is what I thought we'd see more of, Bob. Michael Jordan posting. Watch him come right into your screen at the bottom. Posting up Jeff Malone and Humphries because they cannot cover him down there.
Jay, you got a lot of ball on that, but it was Michael, and you do get the tee. Did I say that pretty clearly as according to how the NBA rules go?
Absolutely. See, tonight, the defensive teams here do not play you in one area. They'll play on the ball side. They'll play behind you. They'll front you. They'll do a lot of things to disturb the passer.
Walker on the drive, the block from Brown.
Got it on the way up.
Nice pass from Humphries to Stockton. Back to it. Scott Williams almost caught that out of the air. 5-point Jazz lead. Jordan out. This is the 3. Offensive board. Scott Williams stripped away by Krystkowiak. There's Humphries. He was cherry picking.
He never crossed half court.
That was my favorite move in the rec leagues.
All right, now we have Hugh Holland stopping the action. And a technical foul.
On Scott Williams, who thought he was fouled.
Yes, and from our area, there was an awful lot of body contact. Scott Williams came off with the... Now, this guy is a rough hombre. He gets in there and really fights and battles. and he usually will take his 5 fouls in his limited action.
We were talking about how few fouls were called in the first quarter, and now all of a sudden more fouls and 2 technicals.
Now keep an eye right here. Now see, there's a nice head fake. See, he felt he got hit. He didn't get hit by 1 guy, by 2.
Nice play by Humphries.
And then a great pass the length of the floor.
That was a set play for Jay. 29-21. Jazz by 8, 9:28 to go first half.
Now it's a wide pick and roll coming out of the corner.
Jordan with a power jam, but he stepped out of bounds. What a move. That is the kind of slam dunk that won Michael the slam dunk championship. Look at this.
Just watch the elevation here now. Up over the top of Kryskowiak, who is 6'10". 6'10". Just watch this. He fooled the defense by going baseline.
Wow. Well, it was good to see even if he was out of bounds. Kryskowiak from 20. Jay Humphries, the offside rebound. Stockton for 3.
Can't fall asleep on him.
11-point lead for the Jazz.
Because he is a high percentage three-point shooter.
Darrell Walker from way downtown.
Now they'll give him that. You can see Stockton went underneath that screen that time to give him that shot. See, Michael has his work cut out because Michael Jordan has to run to keep up on Stockton. Now they just switched that time, and Walker's on.
What a beautiful pass. Benoit's basket will be waved off because first there was a foul. Scott Williams will be called for the foul. No question in my mind, Hubie, the Utah Jazz have a better bench right now than Chicago has.
Oh, well, the addition of Humphries. You give up Blue Edwards, Murdoch, and a first-round pick in '93. You get Humphries and Kryskowiak. You say, why do you do that? Because of the age, the experience, but most of all, the playoff experience. And you're getting 2 tough guys who can play 2 positions for you each.
David Benoit and Corbin do well rotating in at the small forward position. 9 seconds to shoot for Utah.
Chicago doing an excellent job trapping the pick and rolls and forcing Stockton back towards half court. And you say, well, what's the big deal? Because it makes his pass a longer pass to the front court.
Stockton backed it out and then took an ill-advised shot.
Nice pass, Darrell.
And the lay-in from B.J. Armstrong. The Bulls have a quick team on the floor right now with Grant Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, Walker, and Scott Williams. 32-25 Utah, 7:58 to go in the first half. Some full court pressure from Chicago. Benoit with the pass to Mike Brown. The kick out to Kryskowiak. On his own board, back hard to the hole. Tough board as he sliced inside of Scottie Pippen.
Well, you're going a lot of second unit versus second unit people here, and you must pay attention to the Utah Jazz because with Benoit, Kryskowiak, and Brown, they're tough on the offensive board.
Giving Walker the shot again. This time he missed it. We got the loose ball foul. It's on Chicago, and it's on Darrell Walker.
Yeah, but he was hustling. He did a real good job that time. He knew his shot was short, and as soon as it left his hand, he was crashing for the rebound.
Kryskowiak sits down. Karl Malone comes back in. The Jazz had built, it's now a 9-point lead, had built an 11-point lead without Karl Malone on the floor. Trying to get Benoit, who's being played by Scottie Pippen.
He's in a slump, Benoit. He's only shooting 39%, but he can make the 3. He has excellent range, and then he is so quick for a guy his size.
Nice pass, B.J. Armstrong down inside to Horace Grant. Good movement by B.J., and Horace rolled to the hoop and got it on the baseline. Karl Malone from Stockton down inside. Malone had the open shot, tried to get it down into Benoit. The foul is called on Scottie Pippen. Timeout, Utah.
Karl Malone has improved his passing. He's now averaging right at 4 assists a game to go with the scoring and rebounding.
The Jazz are famous.
Even if you can afford some of life's luxuries, you still need a way to get them home. which is why the Isuzu Trooper comes with a cavernous amount of cargo space. 90.2 cubic feet to be exact.
850, 850, no one bid 850. Masha, sold to the gentleman in the blue blazer.
Plus, it's got a rather large towing capacity. The Isuzu Trooper, practically amazing.
To Barbados, a dining paradise. Come to Barbados, steaks and seafood cooked just right. Come to Barbados, it's a dining paradise.
Stay in school. It's your best move. Students in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade stop by your local HEB, Video Central, or Bank of America and pick up a Stay in School pledge form. Bring it to school and have your homeroom or first period teacher sign it, and you'll receive a free full-color poster of the San Antonio Spurs. All students who participate will be eligible for the Spurs Jamboree on March 13th. We want you to stay in school. Brought to you by HEB, Coca-Cola, Bank of America, the Express News, and KTFM.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta on the Reebok halftime report. We'll crank out the Monday night highlights, including the Sonics and Hornets in Charlotte. Nick Versace is here to crank out more NBA pearls of wisdom. Be sure to have pencil and paper ready. Now back to Bob and Hubie at the Delta Center.
Now we're going to show you the triangle on this side. Watch as Walker goes through. We're going to have a screen and roll. Now as the player comes off the screen, watch Grant coming on the baseline and beating the Jazz rotation. All right, there he comes. Now here comes the screen and roll. Now they're going to trap. Okay, now watch what happens. Karl Malone is too late getting there. Smart move, always fake, and come up on the other side so that the defender cannot block your shot.
Chicago only shooting 34% for the game. Of course, inside play like that will increase the percentage. Utah shooting at 53%. Benoit missed the three. Pippen on the run.
And so you have to be careful, Bob, because you can come off that screen and roll. The Bulls are going to trap. That shot's there all the time. The only trouble is it's a low percentage shot, that three, from that area.
Particularly from David Benoit.
Because that's the furthest distance. It's over 25 feet.
Horace Grant with a 19-footer. Two consecutive baskets for Horace. He has 6 points.
Well, you know they're going to come back. I mean, you know, they're not involved in a lot of romps where they're on the losing end. All right, they're going to stay competitive, and you can see their juices are flowing here tonight.
Utah had led by 11. Lead has been cut to 5.
Nice
Beautiful one-touch from Karl Malone.
I told you, Jerry Sloan said his passing is improving every year. He's proving it with his assists, and that's why we wanted to get in. 4 a game.
Karl Malone stole the ball. Oops. Threw it into the expensive seats and is called for the foul.
And a personal foul committed by the middleman, his second, Jazz second team.
Malone has 3 assists tonight, by the way.
Yeah, now just watch this. Is the player going without the ball? See, we said early, anytime that you commit big people to trap post-up people, then if they'll just move without the ball to the front of the rim, they will be open all night. And the Jazz are doing a nice job finding the guys.
Scott Williams from downtown. That's a 2.
You know what this reminds me of? All the big guys got together before the game from both teams and said, listen, no post up. Let's all keep taking outside shots and drive Phil Jackson and Jerry Sloan crazy.
Karl Malone is fouled by Scott Williams.
Fouls committed by number 42, Scott Williams, his second. Chicago.
That's 2 on Scott Williams. Michael Jordan re-enters the game for Darrell Walker to a chorus of boos.
Well, Darrell gave them a very good shot in the arm there. He made some things happen and played excellent defense.
Chicago outscored Utah 8-4 with Jordan on the bench. Inside to Krzysztofiak.
See, it was too late, Bob. It was there earlier, and he would have had a higher percentage shot.
Jordan being defended by Jeff Malone, who's back in for the Jazz. Williams sets the pick. Jordan hits the bucket. Michael is only 2 for 7 and has 7 points. And the Jazz 11-point lead has been cut to 3. Jordan knocks it out of bounds with 15 on the clock.
See, Jordan now is back on Jeff Malone. That time they set a double screen for Jeff Malone, and Michael did something which you tell guys not to do. He came over the top of the double screen. Jeff Malone was wide open in the corner, but because of his great quickness and his length of his arm, he was able to deflect that.
Krystkowiak in at center, otherwise the starting lineup on the floor right now for the Jazz. Another Chicago steal. Scott Williams got his quick hands on the ball.
Hey, that guy's an active guy. He can really play defense. He does a terrific job. Very seldom do you get a guy out of University of North Carolina that cannot defend.
Bipping from Scott Williams. He missed after hitting some perimeter shots early. B.J. Armstrong from 20 feet. 2 consecutive offensive rebounds by the Bulls.
Now we have them for at least 10 offensive rebounds, and we have not been to halftime, and 15 is a ton.
For the game.
For the game.
Exactly.
Well, committed by John Stockton.
John Stockton commits the foul. Mike Brown in for Krystkowiak.
Back in for Larry Krystkowiak.
And Stacey King will be in for Chicago. We have 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first half. Incredibly low-scoring game. Jazz 36, Bulls 33.
Now Krystkowiak, who left, and also Scott Williams, both guys made solid contributions.
Michael Jordan alone for the jumper. Again, Chicago comes away with another shot attempt.
See, they're small in there right now. See, you're no shot blocking. With Brown and Malone as your 2 key guys, you have no shot blocking.
Really no leapers.
That's right.
B.J. Armstrong stepped up for the shot. Mike Brown finally comes down with it. Offensive, the loose ball foul called on Chicago.
Now you know that if you can take care of your defensive boards, your Utah, get the rebound and kick it out, you have the numbers, because you had that nice spurt at the beginning of the second quarter. But if you continue to be passive and allow the white shirts to leak out on the break and then have 4 against 2, well, then Chicago's going to continue this incredible amount of offensive rebounding.
We have a timeout on the floor with 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half. The Jazz leading the Bulls by 3.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible 4-wheel drives, including the Isuzu Rodeo, Amigo, and Trooper. And by Epson, makers of computers and printers you can depend on.
Okay, pull away from the curb and take a left at the end of the block.
Yes, sir.
Is this a new Trooper?
Yes, sir. It's my mom's.
Tell you what, take a right instead.
Yes, sir.
If ever there was an excuse for driving a little bit out of your way, this is it.
Very nice.
Wait, I didn't get to parallel park.
You're right.
The Isuzu Trooper. Practically amazing.
Very nice.
Hair is gross. It makes you itch. It gets everywhere. It covers everything. It's down in the Epson printer. We groom hundreds of dogs a week, literally. It's a lot of hair. Big long hairs like this, little tiny hairs. It's a disgusting mess.
After 8 years and 29,830 pounds of dog hair, Singing Scissors Pet Care Center in Santa Fe, New Mexico is still operating at a healthy clip. So is their Epson printer.
And the printer's totally fuzzy and gross inside. It just seems to keep going no matter what.
Hey, kid, what's so funny, Michael? Maybe it's the return of Hair Jordan and Air Jordan. They're back for a new commercial that's out of this world. Join Willow Bay for a behind-the-scenes look. You never know what might pop up. Also, Inside Stuff goes back to school. It's a visit to the campus of Kentucky, where Ahmad Rashad is coaching the Lady Cats Hoops team. He's teaching everything, even how not to play defense. Not your normal features, not your normal announcers, not your normal sports show. But then again, who wants normal? NBA Inside Stuff, Saturday morning. Check local listings.
We're going to show you Michael Jordan, who's going to get a screen and roll high, and to show you how difficult it is for Jeff Malone. Now just watch as the screen will come and form for him. Now right there, Jeff Malone has got a major decision. Does he come over the top and allow Michael Jordan to go down the middle? Or no, does he go underneath? But what is happening is this guy here should be up playing to give him help. Now watch what happens. He gets screened off. Karl Malone is too far away. Michael Jordan wide open, and you know, when that happens, baby, it is all over.
Mike Brown misses the free throw. We talk about Chicago's offensive rebounds. 9 offensive rebounds. We've just checked officially right now. But Chicago has only converted 2 of those 9 into baskets, and thus they're trailing by 4.
But it is there for you. That's the problem.
Jazz had led by 11. Now with 3.5 to go in the half, they lead by 4. Michael from 14. Another second shot opportunity for the Bulls.
The Jazz will just take care of their board. They could have a great night here in the second half. And you know the coaching staff is going to hammer this one home. See, this is open all night. They can get Michael Jordan down close. They reverse it and get a wide open shot.
Pippen hit the bottom of the net on the three-point attempt.
Well, we said with him tonight it's either in or an air ball.
The pass inside. Karl Malone didn't get it to roll in, but he did pick up the free throw opportunity. Stacey King commits the foul, his second.
Keep an eye down low and watch Stacey King as he gets beaten here. Push off. See, he pushed him right on the hip. Now that's a sorry foul, because under normal conditions, Karl Malone would have sent that one home with a little more authority. He just lost out on a chance for 3 points. You know, the Utah Sunday paper did a great article on this guy in the line on Sunday. It was a beautiful article talking about what he's involved in. He's in the trucking business. He has really a star major truck that cost him $200,000. And he's also in the transportation business. He's ordered 6 more trucks at $115,000. He has a 195-acre ranch where he raises the top cattle that we have in the United States. There'll be no collections for this guy when he retires.
I have a slogan for him. The mailman delivers anything, anywhere.
Anything, that's right.
10 to shoot for Michael Jordan. Malone trying to bump him off the path. Out of bounds, Chicago ball with 5 seconds.
See, Michael Jordan is looking at Bernie Fry, the referee. The entire time that Jeff Malone was riding, he had his hand right on his hip, was riding him.
Will Perdue into the game for Chicago, throws up an air ball off the dribble.
Bad angle, Bob. He was behind the board.
He couldn't see before his new beard. Karl Malone with the pass from Stockton. Malone is 7 out of 8 for 16 points in this first half, and an 8-point Jazz lead.
At both ends of the floor, we're seeing very heady play underneath the rim. A lot of pump faking, allowing the defender to commit, and then the player makes the move.
The steal from Corbin. The lead pass to Stockton. Nice job of controlling the ball. Jeff Malone. Jeff Malone has yet to score tonight. His first bucket of the night.
You willed him into that score.
1 for 4. 10-point Jazz lead.
Here's your 2-man. Now the double screen on the other side. There it is. That's been open, Bob, throughout the entire half.
B.J. Armstrong with 6. Michael Jordan with only 7 points in this first half. Chicago's leading scorer, Scottie Pippen, and he has not scored in this quarter.
Nice. See the threat of Michael Jordan blocking the shot. Forced him to throw a fadeaway.
Jeff Malone's fadeaway is generally money in the bank.
Money in the bank. Off shot.
Defensive rebound, Mike Brown. Minute to play in the half. Stockton to Mike Brown to Karl Malone. Thought about it.
It's all right. They realize they have plenty of time. 12 seconds.
Into Karl Malone. Oh, he had the position. Got his own board.
I was surprised. Scottie Pippen was 2 feet away. When he missed the first shot, Pippen never went. He assumed that the ball was in on that first shot.
10-point Jazz lead. 37 seconds in the half.
Clear out. 1-on-1.
Scottie Pippen faked the shot into the lane easily. 8-point Jazz lead. Jordan and Pippen combined only 7 for 22 here in the first half.
Yeah, but you see, anytime that's happening and everything is perimeter, what you try to do is get them shots down below the dotted line. Both guys can take on clear outs on the baseline, or you can post Michael Jordan and get a clear shot anytime you want.
B.J. Armstrong had the near steal. 3 seconds to shoot. Mike Brown knew it.
This time
at half court. Oh! Michael Jordan! from half court.
This is just incredible, because we said there was plenty of time. You see the 2.6 seconds, but just watch how he maneuvers right into the center circle, and he kind of like regroups so that he can get the thrust of the, look at that. On the money.
Nothing but net. Michael Jordan cuts the 10-point Jazz lead to 5. That happened in about 15 seconds. We'll be joining Ernie Johnson in Atlanta right after this. Michael Jordan dribbles to his right, stops in the circle, and drains a 50-footer from half court to cut the lead to 5 points. But for the Utah Jazz, they've played well in the first half, and Hubie, you have to again talk about John Stockton, 7 assists, Karl Malone, 18 points. They are still the 1-2 punch.
Well, they're playing their type of game, but they must take advantage and do something with their defensive board. We're going to show you Stockton right now making a great baseline pass to Karl Malone coming from the left of your screen. See, you say, boy, he makes that look easy. That's exactly right. He puts the pass right on the money. Now, right here in the field goal percentage, you can see the Bulls shooting 36%. We told you in their 3 losses on this road trip, they're shooting 41%. Consistent. You say, but listen, look at there. 10 offensive rebounds. How come only 4 points? Well, when you're that close to the basket, you should be getting fouled or you should be scoring. They're working hard, but nothing is happening. Now, we're going to show you their offense. Now, here they come up on this 2-man game. Now, once that pass is made to here, you'll see the cutter. Now, they don't want that. Watch what's happening on this double screen now by the guard in the center. The player from the corner will come in, rub his man off, go back to the corner, and be wide open. This Utah must do a better job in the second half, because this has hurt them in Chicago's half-court attack. They're getting high percentage shots. Now, just watch Michael. Just keep an eye on him, how he's weaving. Now, once he gets in here, we just want to show you the legs. Keep an eye on how high up he gets here, and then the kick on the release. Beautiful.
At halftime, I was in the hallway, and one of the Utah Jazz fans said, I hate seeing that, but it's still worth the price of admission.
Now, we can see right here, their 2 main guns, Jordan and Pippen, are 8 for 23. And like I said, when guys are struggling, you always try to get them down inside, because then they'll get a closer shot and then also the possibility of being fouled. And the other big stat, Pippen, no assists. Jordan, 1 assist.
Second half underway. Karl Malone with 18 first half points. John Stockton, 6 to shoot. Fade away on the baseline. Over B.J. Armstrong.
When we asked Jerry Sloan that today about Stockton not scoring a lot of points, he said he's so conscious of everybody else getting off their shots. He has a tendency to just kind of go with the flow. But when the pressure's on, he'll get it up there.
Armstrong got the pick from Grant, but then couldn't hit it. Eaton out to Stockton. 7-point Jazz lead.
Good defense that time by the Bulls.
Karl Malone posted against Horace Grant. 8 seconds to shoot. Into Eaton. Goaltending on Scottie Pippen. Now, how many times in Eaton's career has somebody been called for goaltending on his hook shot?
Oh, sure, because it's not. Just watch this. And see, he's got him at his mercy, because you notice very little arc, all right, and he's shooting down.
And he got a block that's on a downward flight, you know.
See this? He even could have gone 1 more bounce. I expect to see a lot more of that this half, because they can really wear Utah out. At least give Utah a different look and force them to double team.
Pippen had 10 first quarter points, only 2 in the second quarter. Karl Malone now has an even 20.
What a year this guy's having.
How about Malone and Barkley starting at forward for the Western Conference All-Star team?
You'd hate to run into anyone on a blind pick.
Jordan misses the 15-footer. Mark Eaton has 7 rebounds in limited minutes.
It's nice to see, because he's such a terrific young man. And what he will do is allow them to get out on the break. That was sheer strength. He took that double team. Cartwright, big man. Cartwright and Grant trapped him, and he just split it. And that's the problem. When you form the trap, you're always telling your guys, do not allow the guy to split you. But he is so strong. He gets that shoulder ahead of you. He just splits it right open.
Karl Malone at the free throw line. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Hubie and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. A constant candidate is Malone. You see, now watch, he's going to say something here before he shoots. Now, everybody wonders what he's saying. If you ask him, he says, I can't tell you because I say something different every time.
Not bad for a guy came in the league and shot 48% his first year, and then 59 the second. Worked his way all the way up to where he's a consistent 78% value.
It was 17 for 18 in the game against the Clippers. Armstrong misses from the corner. Cartwright misses the tip.
See, with Eaton in there, if you notice, they can release 3 guys. The break is forming, and then you have Stockton who puts the pressure on.
Somebody got a piece of that. Was it Horace Grant? Malone doesn't get it all the way to the hoop. Armstrong over Eaton. Big tip in from Horace Grant. And another offensive rebound.
That is 5 for the man, Mr. Grant, who is leading this league. A fraction of a point ahead of Shaquille O'Neal on the offensive glass.
Horace has 11 total rebounds to go with his 8 points thus far. 9-point Jazz lead. 9:11 to go, third quarter. Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. Stockton left alone.
He's so tough to guard, Bob, because he can shoot the 3. When the ball comes back to him, you're afraid to play him tight because he'll go right around you.
Stockton has 10 points to go with his 8 assists. E.J. Armstrong answers.
Utah is playing the screen and roll. They are not trapping it. They're going underneath. So anytime you stop and step back, you have an uncontested shot. But they'll give you that shot. That's their strategy tonight. Just do not let them get down the lane.
Stockton with a not a good pass that time for him, and Karl Malone with an intelligent move, bouncing it off the Bulls, so it'll belong to the Utah Jazz. 10 on the clock.
Stockton just went down the lane, yelled to Karl, and he waved his hand like, sorry, bad pass.
Darrell Walker has entered the ball game for Chicago. Jeff Malone continues his shooting slump. 1 for 7 tonight. Pippen missed the jumper. They'll start it again. Grant with another offensive rebound. That's 6 offensive boards for Horace Grant alone. Long pass to Malone, took his eye off the ball. Foul is going to be called on Scottie Pippen.
Well, he definitely took his eye off the ball.
Second Chicago team foul.
Whenever you're playing Karl Malone, the added pressure that you have, not only of playing him on the post, but anytime the shot goes up, he runs that outside lane, and Stockton invariably will find him.
Jeff Malone ran into Mark Eaton, the mountain man. Stockton, another ill-advised pass. That's 2 in a row. He's a little disgusted with himself.
Well, he is. He's only going for the 6th consecutive year of 1,000 assists, which is absolutely unheard of in professional basketball.
Doesn't hurt that Karl Malone shoots a high percentage.
No, that's true. But then again, he makes it easy for everyone if you just run.
There's a push going to be called on Mark Eaton. That's why Cartwright couldn't handle the ball. That's Eaton's first personal foul. I asked Bill Cartwright before the game, what's your job specifically when you play a guy like Eaton, who's even bigger than you are at 7 feet? He says, keep him active, keep him moving, keep him away from the basket. You know, anything I can do.
Yeah. See, there's the post up over there. If your player lays off, you just dribble to the middle of the floor. The defender will close, and then you can make the pass.
Jordan over Jeff Malone. Eaton with the defensive board. He has
big fella.
Jordan is only 3 of 12. Stockton. Karl Malone with the offensive board. He's fouled by Horace Grant.
With Malone and Corbin running the lanes for you, if you take that shot like Stockton did and you miss, you have Karl Malone underneath, usually against a smaller player, to crash the offensive board. We're going to show it to you right here. Now, once that shot goes up, you'll see it come off. Karl Malone will normally have a height advantage and then just take it to the glass.
Karl Malone once again leading the league in free throw attempts. He has 23 points tonight, 5 out of 6 from the line.
Well, he's right at 11, 10.9. The other people who are chasing him are all in the 9s, and that would be Barkley, David Robinson, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Jordan, nice pass to Darrell Walker. Stripped away by Karl Malone. He did not like that call. Here comes the technical foul.
Yeah, he's got to be careful now, you see. He felt that he was pushed as he dove for the ball to try to make the save.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Dutch Boy Paint. Year after year, Dutch Boy Paint has the look that lasts.
Okay, so these guys may know a little more than we do about Bud.
It's the rice.
It's the hops.
It's the rice.
But of course, we know a lot about other things.
Hi, can I buy you something to drink? Yeah, like maybe a light beer?
Budweiser. Or maybe you'd like a Bud.
Someday, boy, you're gonna learn from your mistakes.
When your batteries are performing, you're on top of the world. But you never know when they're about to take a fall. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will be riding high. You can't top the Copper Top.
First, J.D. Power & Associates ranked Chevrolet the best full-size pickup in initial quality. Now they also report Chevrolet is the best truck line overall in sales satisfaction. Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Dutch Boy Paint is now on sale.
Dutch Boy Paint is now on sale at Sears. Regularly priced at $11.99, Dutch Boy's Interior Dirt Fighter is now on sale for only $8.99 a gallon at Sears.
Friday night at 8 Eastern Time on TNT. Ron Thule and Doug Collins will have the Knicks and the Heat. The Heat playing a little better now that Steve Smith has returned.
Bring it back out about this, Jay.
We're going to show you, watch the double screen. Darrell Walker fakes, fools John Stockton, comes on the baseline, catches a direct pass, the pump fake. Now watch as the shot, the ball is going right there, contact with Darrell Walker's arm and his leg. That's what upset Karl Malone.
He got the technical. There have been 3 called in this game. Scott Williams, Jay Humphries, Karl Malone have all been called for technicals. Jordan shoots the tee to the boo of the crowd, and it's a 10-point Jazz lead, 6:54 to go in the third quarter, and the ball will belong to the Chicago Bulls. Scott Williams, Horace Grant, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Darrell Walker on the floor for Chicago. Five seconds to shoot. Pippen short-armed it. Eaton kept it alive to Stockton. Pippen only 6 for 17 to Malone on the break. Goaltending counted.
You hate to see that because that shot did not have a chance of going in. But, you know, you just don't want to discourage Scott Williams there because he was hustling and scrapping. You just say, no, you just got to have, you know, better decision on a play like that.
Biggest lead of the game for Utah, a lead of 12. Horace Grant from long range. Eaton with the rebound. Loose ball foul. It's going to be called on Scott Williams. And let's take a look at tonight's Chevrolet scoreboard. Limited number of games in the NBA. 12-point Charlotte lead over Seattle in North Carolina. And Milwaukee leading Golden State. Golden State really struggling. New Jersey struggling at Dallas. Dallas with 3 wins. Will they win 10 on the season? What do you think?
Well, I think, I think they will. But most important, I hope for the players' sake that they will. Because there is nothing more discouraging in life than going out every night and you're not even on the board. Okay, you look out the newspaper today and they don't even have you listed in regards to a chance that you have of possibly winning a game. And you know that they're playing hard. Nobody likes to lose every night out of the opera.
Mark Eaton rattles home the free throw. Bob Neal and Hubie Brown with you from the Delta Center. Sold out game here with a beautiful new facility they have. This will be the home of All-Star Weekend coming up in mid-February. We'll have All-Star Friday night, All-Star Saturday, the All-Star game on Sunday. And it's a beauty here so far. The Jazz have led by as many as 12 and now 13 points. Biggest lead of the game. Jordan's shooting slump continues tonight.
Nice.
Malone from Stockton. A 15-point Utah lead. Timeout, Chicago. Karl Malone's 11 of 13 tonight.
The more you take away from this Chevy Cavalier VL, the more it resembles the Honda Civic DX. Take away Cavalier's anti-lock brakes, base coat clear coat paint. Take away its two-sided galvanized steel, automatic door locks, Scotchgard treated seats, and toll-free 24-hour roadside assistance. But there's at least one thing you'd have to add. $1,500. The Chevy Cavalier. What else would you expect from the heartbeat of America?
Many people badly hurt in accidents with tractor trailers or automobiles seek our help. Often speed or driver error is blamed for the accident. But defective equipment or poor maintenance may be the real cause. That's why it's so important to choose an experienced law firm with resources and expertise to properly evaluate your claim. Choose carefully.
The more you know, the better you can protect your family.
Low, everywhere you go.
At H-E-B. Walmart and Target are really higher. They're more expensive.
When I come here to H-E-B, they not only have the groceries, I've got light bulbs, diapers, there's household items, toys. I buy books here for him.
I bought a toy at Walmart and I found it's cheaper here. I went, oh.
Well, H-E-B is always here for us, and you can always find everything that you need.
At H-E-B.
Keep an eye now on Karl Malone, the big guy right in the middle of your screen. And you're going to see him now run hard. And you say, why is he running so hard? You know that John Stockton will find you if you're a big guy. He'll reward you for the sacrifice and the effort that you're giving. Plus, not only does he get it to you, he gets it to you where you can not only catch it, but also finish.
If he gives it to him a half a step later, there are 3 Bulls in front of him.
Could possibly be a charge.
This quarter, Chicago 3 for 15. The Bulls are shooting 32% for the game.
Well, they have no inside game at all. No post-up game. Utah doing an excellent job in playing them soft, in forcing the jump shots.
Another turnover, 3-on-2. Jeff Malone misses again. He's 1 for 8 tonight. We're talking about Chicago's front line. They lost at Denver the other night, and Chicago was outscored 79-36 by Denver's front line.
I know, and not only that, they were out-rebounded by 19 by the same 3 people. See, here tonight, every shot is short.
Eaton with the block. However, the foul was called on Ty Corbin prior to Eaton's block.
Yeah, Corbin rides him right in here. Now just watch him move. You'll see Corbin riding him. And then, you know, with Eaton in the games, see, they've been playing without Eaton for 11 ball games. And people here just don't understand his importance. Get rid of Eaton, trade Eaton, make him retire. But when he's not here, teams shoot 50% against them. But just his presence, you alter your shots. You leave things short. He gets the shot block. When he rebounds, 3 guys take off and fill the lanes in transition. He's such an unselfish player.
Played his college ball at UCLA, was a mechanic when they found him, brought him back in the league, found him working underneath a car.
They gambled, 4th round draft pick, okay? They just gambled that hopefully he could, you know, develop and come in. As a matter of fact, they didn't even have a team in the summer league that year. He played with New Jersey.
The Jazz lead it by 17.
The only way you can come back is you've got to start playing defense, make things happen.
Darrell Walker with an ill-advised shot in traffic.
They get it out here. They bad pass.
Malone had it stolen. Pippen missed the lay-in. Jordan doesn't miss.
As they call Malone, yeah, he's discouraged because he forced that pass out.
Lead cut to 15. 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Can't fall asleep. We have 16 minutes to play. Dangerous team, the team in red. You know that they can make a lot of things happen defensively. Pride's a factor here now. They lose this one, this road trip. Let's face it, it'll be 4 out of 5.
Good transition defense, but the Bulls come back hard. Mark Eaton made Horace Grant pay for that one.
Well, they're not going to give you the easy layup. And if they foul you, they're going to force you to go to the foul line and make the 2 shots. You're going to see it here. This is good hustle. Watch it when they play. This is good give-and-go basketball. The Ostori pass, cut to the basket as your defender turns his head. Mark Eaton always uses his fouls.
Eaton with 2 personals right now. Grant is 8 points, 12 rebounds. Hits that free throw, but the Bulls are struggling from the line.
You just look at that, and it's amazing because you know that Pippen and Grant shoot so many, and for a guy off the bench, Scott Williams gets to the line quite a bit. You know, Bob, we had at the top of the show, we said they are 1 and 4 in games decided by 3 points or less. But how about this one? They are 7 and 7 in games decided by 6 points or less. They were automatics in previous years. Automatic W's.
10 to shoot for Utah. Leading it by 13.
Nice rotation.
The blocking foul on Darrell Walker.
Darrell was running at him. Good move by Jeff Malone. A week ago, big article in the newspaper here. Jeff Malone really struggling. His shooting percentage has dropped from 49 to 46. You say, well, what's the big deal? He feels he was out of rhythm. He feels that he's not getting enough shots where he can put the ball on the floor. Say, what's the big deal? This guy's been in this league 8 years, has averaged 20 points a game. He's 5th in the history of the league in free throw shooting at 87%. 2-time All-Star.
Jordan gets the screen and the 14-footer. Gets the roll, too. 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 13-point Jazz lead.
Like we say, the only way you can come back in this league, tough defense. You know that the Jazz are getting good shots out of their offense.
Malone beats Darrell Walker and throws up an air ball. Chicago ball.
That's amazing.
Malone is 1 for 9 tonight.
Well, see, in the game here Saturday night versus the Clippers, he missed his first 5. Then he made 6 in a row. All off balance, right down in that same spot. About 12 to 14 feet out on the baseline, right side of the court.
Michael with one of his patented moves. It won't fall. Jordan in a slump. Jordan has 15 points in the game, but he's only shooting about 35%. 5 of 16.
Nice. Here we said, when you gamble, you see, there's a coach who's saying, we're gambling, and he's pinning us, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's so strong with that forearm. He pins the man.
Another interior steal by the Utah Jazz, leading it by 15. Malone has 30, by the way.
See, Horace Grant is upset. He might get a T here, see? He's frustrated. I would have called an offensive foul on that play.
On Malone.
That's right. Malone cut right back into the chest and knocked him off. Now, just watch this as we go over to the corner. You're going to see Karl Malone push back into Grant. Well, there's nothing you can do if you're Grant. That should have been an offensive foul or a loose ball foul.
But Karl Malone goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, but when things are going badly like they are right now for the Bulls, it just mushrooms and everything goes the opposite way. Plus, you're on the road. You're not going to get that close.
Well, they do have some time to continue with their bonding and fellowship efforts because they're on the road forever. They don't go back home for 4 more games. But when the Bulls do get back home, Hubie, they have to play on back-to-back Cleveland and New York.
New York on Friday night, Cleveland on Saturday. How about this? When they came out on this trip, Phil says, we take better shots on the road, we take better care of the ball, and we play better defense. They're shooting less than 40%. They are averaging over 17 turnovers. They lead the league in fewest turnovers, and everybody's shooting over 50% against them.
Karl Malone missed the second of those 2 free throws, but has 13 points this quarter. 8 to shoot, 6. Trent Tucker, 13. Trent Tucker can be a scoring machine. That's first 2 points of this game.
He's a good defender also, and he can play second guard or small forward. But he has a fracture on his left hand, and he showed you and I before the game. He's a massive swelling there, so that makes it difficult to dribble.
Darrell Walker and Karl Malone, ill-advised Darrell. Darrell is a feisty defender.
Well, Karl Malone realizes he already has 1 technical. Now, he just said something to Darrell Walker right there. And he's saying, see, they're holding up. See, Darrell isn't going to back away from anybody, but also Karl Malone realizes that he already has 1 technical foul. Now, he waited, walked out to the top of the circle and said something to Walker, and Walker went right back at him.
This will be the 15th free throw. Excuse me, the 8th free throw attempt tonight. 8th free throw tonight.
Now you look at this. Key people: Humphries, Jeff Malone, Tyrone Cotton, Stockton shoot a lot, and then Karl Malone. This year, the highest amount of free throw attempts in a game, 24 by Karl Malone, 24 by Michael Jordan.
He'll get to take that one again into the lane too early. The call against Chicago.
Lane violation by Chicago.
Malone's averaging 28 points a game this year, 6th in scoring in the league. He has 32 tonight. Who's going to stop him?
Well, no one's going to stop him one-on-one. Everything has to come down to the double team. But because he's passing so well out of the double team, he's hurting you, and you're getting easy shots in the lane.
15 in the quarter for Karl Malone. 71-55 Jazz.
This is a perfect example of a great team, meaning the Chicago Bulls, trying to beat another solid team without a low post game. Now, in this league, you can't get that done.
And interestingly, we just saw a picture of Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson says he wants to get more low post on this.
Yeah, but what you got to do is run Michael Jordan in there out of their set, which they have, or slice Scottie Pippen in there, and they'll be in there all night long.
Malone and Darrell Walker wrestling down on the baseline, and it's going to be on Darrell Walker.
Well, what you have to do, you must be very careful now. See, you're Karl Malone. This is 2 trips into your offensive end of the floor, and you've been tangled up twice in a row now with Darrell Walker. Now, you have to be careful so that you do not get suckered into either a punch or a technical foul. You're out of here, and we still have an entire quarter to play.
Now, this is boring to a lot of fans, but in terms of being effective, There's the boo on Walker as he checks out. Armstrong gets into the game.
Well, that's because they swung at one another as he passed Karl Malone. And you know the old story. Chicago can afford to lose, Darrell Walker, but Karl Malone cannot be lost to the Utah Jazz.
This will be the 13th free throw attempt, and as you saw on that graphic, Karl Malone has outscored the Bulls in this quarter. 73-55, Jazz by 18, less than a minute to play. Pippen from 17. Corbin got his hands on it.
Great job.
Pippen fouls Stockton.
I tell you, Corbin and Benoit are so active. They're two guys we said play unselfishly. They're good defenders. They challenge every shot, and then they run so hard on the break.
John Stockton stepping to the line. He has 10 points tonight to go with 10 assists. He's once again leading the NBA.
Larry Krystkowiak takes it for the Mavericks.
Krystkowiak in for Karl Malone, who displayed an incredible sense of poise.
Yes,
he did know he had the first technical on him, but Darrell Walker was, who knows what was in his mind, but virtually baiting Karl Malone. He did not take it. Not a bad strategy. Maybe the only way to stop this. Pippen gets the basket.
Now think about it tonight. 3 times Pippen has decided to take his man off the dribble to the basket. 3 times he has scored or he has been fouled. Any time that they clear out for him, either from the top of the circle or from the corner, he beats his man off the dribble. But it's not there enough.
75-58 Utah, 30 seconds remaining in the quarter and a 20-second Jazz timeout. Now, the Bulls are certainly capable of coming back from this, but it is tough to dig out of the hole when you're on the road.
It is, but they are a special team. I know they're struggling, but they're still special. We know that we have seen them come down the floor on you. I don't know whether or not they will do it. Pick you up full court and make it happen.
And Utah has given up some big leads recently.
Absolutely. And what we talked to Jerry Sloan about today, how come teams are coming back on you? How come teams? Well, because Mark Eaton isn't in there. Teams take the ball to the basket. Teams go to the post up. Saturday night in here, the Los Angeles Clippers continue to post up Danny Manning. He either scored, split the double team, and fed someone else for an easy shot. They came roaring back with Eaton on the bench. Here's your trap. Well, let's see if the defensive effort is there, the physical effort.
Brown wisely pulls it back out. A 5-second differential on the shot clock and the game clock. As you see, cleverly displayed by our technical geniuses.
High screener roll. They just switched.
Stockton with 2 on the shot clock. That's a violation. 5 seconds for the Bulls.
Excellent defense that time by B.J. Armstrong.
Will Purdue's coming into the game for the final 5 seconds of this quarter to get Horace Grant out so Grant doesn't pick up his 3rd personal.
Yeah, but they're also, what they want to do is get the ball to Jordan and hope that he can turn and get something quick, because they have 6 seconds. They have 6.1 seconds. That's plenty of time.
And there's the toss to Jordan.
There it is.
And there's the turn. There's the basket. Great substitution.
Now,
good pass
fall
from
asleep.
Purdue.
You have 2 seconds here now. You can get a good shot.
From half court.
That ends the quarter. The Jazz 75, Chicago.
And the Jazz lead it by 15. Chicago has scored only 60 points in 3 quarters.
Dutchboard paint is now on sale.
Dutchboard paint is now on sale at Sears. Regularly priced at $11.99, Dutch Boy's Interior Dirt Fighter is now on sale for only $8.99 a gallon at Sears.
I got an 88 Chevrolet Silverado with 304,000 miles. I drive it to work, 125 miles one way to work.
304,000 miles, still rolling.
This is the 1986 Chevrolet Scottsdale. The truck has now 577,000 miles on it. It always give me my dollar when I needed my dollar.
Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Keep tires on it, keep gas in it, it'll go.
A contract can make you rich. The fans can make you famous. The press can make you a superstar. And the championship ring can make you immortal. But only the love can make you a player. You got the love?
Run it back.
We're working overtime on the premiere of Fleer Ultra NBA basketball cards with tons of white-hot action, marbleized borders, 3D graphics, gold foil stamping, even a super glossy UV coating. So now that you know how much quality goes into Fleer Ultra, you'll agree you can't buy a better basketball card.
Gillette introduces the best shaving gel ever. New Gillette Gel. Advanced lubricants. Easier razor glide. An incredibly smooth shave. Now, the best gel is Gillette Gel.
Well, Hubie, you and I, Doug Collins, Ernie Johnson, the whole TNT crew will be back here for All-Star Weekend. Ernie Johnson will be hosting All-Star Friday night on Friday, February 19th. And on Saturday, of course, it's All-Star Saturday with the Schick Legends, the AT&T Long Distance, which I think is kind of a clever tie-in there, and the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. And, of course, the game itself will be on Sunday. And also on Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, we will be carrying the NBA All-Star Stay in School Jam.
How about that by the quarters? You can see the Bulls, nothing over 20. Now, right now, the Bulls are shooting 34%. Points in the paint, 16 to 32.
Mike Brown got the pass from Stockton, who I thought was going to be called for an offensive foul, but wasn't. Then Brown got into the paint for the lay-in, 15-point Jazz lead.
When you say 16 to 34 points in the paint, you know that you're establishing nothing down inside.
Michael Jordan kicks it out, 17-footer from Armstrong. Never did set himself. Benoit with the rebound.
I tell you, they have two nice young players at that small forward position. Corbin and Benoit, they're going to get nothing but better. This is their second unit. They do a nice job because they keep Stockton out on the floor with this group. He was tripped.
Mike Brown tripped up. It was Scott Williams.
It wasn't intentional. It happened though. And you know, your Chicago, Phil Jackson up all over the referee, except that did happen.
5 fouls for Scott Williams.
Yeah, and they're trying to save him because you know you hate when you're action guy. See, there's a frustrated coach right there.
Krzysztofiak.
Got a piece of that.
Forrest Grant to B.J. Armstrong. Stockton stopped that break.
At both ends, though, Bob, we've been seeing some really good transition defense, though. More times than not, even the Bulls, they've been getting back pretty good.
There, once again, Scottie Pippen takes it to the hoop. He's fouled by Benoit.
That's right. And you say, well, he's taking it on the side. But if you continue to do that, you get into the penalty early. Right now, the Bulls have attempted 11 foul shots. At the other end, 22.
Michael Jordan spinning. He was held by Krzysztofiak. And that's 2 team fouls already.
That's right.
On Utah with 10.5 minutes to go.
So when you're a good defensive team, you're coaching a good defensive team, you always keep telling them, we're going to post up, we're going to go to the basket strong, we're going to get fouled. Because now, if we can get close, we'll be shooting the penalty early. And in this right here, they can't guard this guy down inside here.
There's the double team. Jordan gets rid of it to B.J. Armstrong, and that's 3 team fouls on Utah, and that's on Mike Brown. They're going to be shooting free throws. They're going to even that up pretty soon. See, to me, I always thought during their 2 championship years
the posting of Michael Jordan and then the slicing of Pippen into the post area caused everybody havoc. Because then if you double team, they would cut to the basket like they just did there, and they would just lay it up on you, or they'd shoot that medium jump shot and kill you because it would be wide open. But we're not seeing enough of that over the 48 minutes. Anytime that you are shooting a low percentage on the road, your guys have got to get higher percentage shot, and that all starts with half-court, low-post play.
John Stockton off balance, threw the ball away. Bulls have an opportunity here. They trail it by 14 with 10:06 to go.
Oh, no, listen, Utah's vulnerable. Jerry Sloan knows this, and any time that a team knows that they fold a lot at the end of a game, you know they get a little tighter themselves.
There's Pippen on the drive again. Kicks to Armstrong. He takes it in for the penetration.
Nice. Nice. There's the full court press. You expect this.
And it's a 12-point game. This is the cutting loose the junkyard dogs, as Jackson likes to say. Scottie Pippen will be called for the foul.
That's okay. We're going to take it out on the side. See, they're matching up, playing man-to-man, and Horace Grant is the designated double teamer.
That's 4 personals on Pippen.
They're not playing the man out of bounds. See, what they're doing now is they're switching on any ball cross. They're not worrying about mismatches.
Jordan out on Stockton. Stockton beat him off the dribble. Dished it to Benoit. Loose ball foul on Stockton. He kind of cut P.J. Armstrong as Armstrong was in the air for the rebound.
Yeah, see, Benoit never caught that ball. I mean, he semi-caught it and shot it. That was a forced shot, causing the loose ball. Stockton all upset, but 2 guys. Now, just watch it. See, he never makes a clean catch of the ball. He shoots it quickly, and it's an excellent effort by B.J.
Hip check there from John Stockton.
Yeah, he caught him with his rump.
Jordan missing. What a night he's had. 6 for 18.
Doesn't matter. It only counts right now in this last 9 minutes. They get a score right here. There'll be nervous energy throughout this entire arena.
Exactly. The 20-point Utah lead will have been cut to 10 if the Bulls score. Oh, almost off the out of bounds. That went off, I thought, Humphries. But no, they're giving it to Utah.
I tell you, I hate that lob pass. I know it works, okay? I'm telling you, I hate it.
You never, I have a feeling you never called that out of your huddle.
Well, you know why? Because the guy's got to catch you with one hand. Nice move.
Krystkowiak with great body control. Stacey King with a foul, and Krystkowiak with a 3-point opportunity.
See, this is an excellent move. Screen and roll, trap. They're late on the rotation. Krystkowiak moves so well without the ball for a guy 6'10" who plays big forward or backup center for you.
You have at 6'9".
Oh yeah, you got to pay attention to this guy.
Now all of a sudden the Bulls had a chance to cut that lead to 10. Now it's 15, just like that. 8:51 to go in the ball game.
Guard around. There you go. Post him in the lane.
And the foul, and that's 14 fouls on the Utah Jazz. As a matter of fact, that's 5, and from now on, Chicago will be shooting.
See, I want to bring out that point about the lob pass. Michael tried to catch it with one-handed. He was bumped in traffic by 2 guys. That's what you don't like about the lob in traffic, because if the guy gets bumped below his waist, he loses control, and you can see he caught it off balance, could not get the dunk.
Jordan with 19 points, only 1 assist tonight. Jazz by 13. This is a tough trap. There's the steal. Michael to B.J. Armstrong.
Oh, yes, and B.J. very upset. Very upset. He laid that one up short.
Armstrong will go to the free throw line. He's an 85% free throw shooter, however.
By using a big man on the trap. Just watch this now. You got to pass over the top of Stacey King. See, that time, John Stockton jumped up in the air. Now you're committed to make the pass. And anytime Jordan is the midfielder, you're in trouble.
And I think the Jazz are in trouble because Chicago's going to be taking it to the hole now and shooting free throws. What do you think?
I'm not saying a word.
You're going to let me just hang out here, aren't you?
No, because that's absolutely right. right.
Okay, thanks.
But we have been saying this for a long time. We were wondering why they weren't doing this earlier.
Exactly.
Okay?
And the pressure, they're so good at this.
Now they're in a zone press. 2-2-1.
Almost stolen there, but Malone lost the handle. It was hit by Chicago. 15 on the shot clock for
If
Utah.
Stacey King would have held his ground, that would have been interesting. Would they have called that charge as Malone went right into his chest? No. That's right.
Let's see. We're in Salt Lake City. 10 to shoot. Stockton. Now Humphries missed the three. The Bulls on a 14-5 run.
Big thing is find the big fella right here.
Oh, that could have been big. Jordan missed the three. Big possession here for Utah, because this lead is slipping away.
That was a big possession for Chicago.
5 seconds to shoot for Utah. They're going to call Horace Grant for the holding foul before the pass.
Yeah, see, if I'm Horace Grant, I would be so upset because Carl is down in there. He's taking his 6'9", okay, and he's coming into you at 260 pounds. Look how he uses his forearm. See how he just whipped back with that left forearm right into the chest of Grant. Well, Grant was saying, how about an offensive foul? Just once.
Karl Malone was over talking to the Chicago coaches as he walked away. Karl Malone said, "Coach, this."
They've been so good on the roll guy on the trap, getting it to him quick, and then him hitting that open shot.
Armstrong buries the 18-footer. Malone, Karl, has 37 in this game. Jazz by 11.
The thing now is you've got to get it up and then get into your offense. Oh, bad pass.
Almost stolen by Pippen again.
Anytime teams are trapping, you hate to see a guy pass the ball off the dribble because they can now shoot the lanes on you. And it's such a vulnerable pass.
From the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Bob Neal, Hubie Brown. The Jazz have led by as many as 20. Now down to 11. 7:02 to go in this ball game. Bulls are at the free throw line as the Utah Jazz are in the penalty.
Michael Jordan caught Corbin right on the wrist.
And an offensive rebound goes to Utah at a critical time. Krystkowiak left alone. Another offensive board. Corbin! Chicago gets the timeout as the Jazz build their lead back to 13 points with 6:36 remaining in the game.
X-Team. The new Subaru Impreza 4-channel anti-lock brakes. That's one channel for each wheel and one more channel than the Honda Civic.
Tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Look down at the bottom of the screen.
That's just absolutely amazing. But see, without Cartwright, a healthy Cartwright, you're letting it open to your other guys who are going to come in here and play that position. King and Williams have not been able to give them anything at the center as far as points go tonight. So the other people then must be subject. And this guy is just playing a monster game.
Not to mention all the other things he's done, but he simply scored 37 points. The mailman, last week's NBA Player of the Week.
Plenty of time here.
Horace Grant trying to back it on Krystkowiak. Rebound Jordan. Big bucket by Michael.
See, I like the idea of them going to Grant. If Grant could establish something for them right now, because he's quick down inside, and Utah, they are not double teaming Grant. So it's just going to be he and Krystkowiak one-on-one.
And Horace Grant has said in the press in Chicago, I can be an offensive force.
Well, he flipped out one day and said, when my contract is over, I am out of here. My offense is suffering. He did say that.
Then he woke up. That's 5 personal fouls on Scottie Pippen. 5 on Scott Williams, who's on the bench, 5 on Pippen, and team fouls. Now both teams will be shooting the rest of the way.
See, this guy, Corbin, he's in your face every minute he's out on the floor. He's been on 5 teams in 7 years. He's been in the middle of a lot of big trades, you know, more than one guy involved in a trade. He has found a home here. They love his style of play.
Corbett has 11 points. Jordan spinning into the lane. Krystkowiak caused him to miss, but then Michael went back and got it, single-handedly trying to bring the Bulls back. The 20-point Utah lead has been cut to 10.
If they keep opening the floor for Michael, no one can double-team him without the Bulls getting a wide-open shot.
Well, how many times have we seen it? You get in the penalty, Michael, they open the floor. Michael either gets to the hoop or goes to the lane, the free throw line, or both.
See, from now down to the end, you just can't foul him. Here comes the big intimidator, the rejector. And I like the strategy with Jerry Sloan now. Now that the doctors have taken off the wraps and allowing Eaton to come back in and get that third swing of 6 to 7 minutes, they're getting his minutes up there now to 20, 21 minutes a ball game. And you like that because you want him on the floor for you in the last 6 for the non-calls, the non-body calls, as well as the shot blocking.
Fouls on Stacey King, by the way, for Chicago. He now has 4 personals. Scott Williams on the bench with 5. Karl Malone has 38 points, is 12 of 15 from the free throw line. Jazz by 11. 5:21 to go. Jordan. Rimmed out. Horace Grant offensive board and putback.
He's open all the time because if they continue to trap Michael, the rotation happens. The guy in the opposite corner is open. Grant is just going to that offensive glass.
Horace has 12 points, 15 rebounds, and this lead is down to single digits. Punched away by Horace Grant.
Big steal. You have to make a good decision here now. Michael playing that small forward position with Tucker and Armstrong as your guards.
19-footer. Michael Jordan. Michael has quietly started scoring. He now has 25.
Now this is their quick defensive group.
Seven-point game, 10 to shoot for Utah. Stockton trying for the penetration. Into Karl Malone. Tipped by Horace Grant. Armstrong, Michael Jordan.
Give it to him and clear out.
There's the screen. 18-footer.
There you go.
27 for Jordan. It is a 5-point game. Utah had led by 20. Michael Jordan is on a tear. Hubie, you said it so clearly. You cannot overlook this team. They're the best there is at coming back.
Fleer Ultra Basketball has tons of action. 3D.
4 minutes to go. Back to the Delta Center in just a second. First, the story from the Charlotte Coliseum. Alonzo Mourning, a big night. LJ had 19, and so did Mourning. Along with 11 boards and a jam past Derek McKee. Charlotte, 112-100 winners over the Seattle Supersonics. Also, Golden State and Milwaukee tied up at 67 in the third, and New Jersey with a 75-61 lead over Dallas. Now, back to the Delta Center.
Thank you, Ernie. 86-81, Jazz by 5. 4:06 to go. Michael Jordan, last 4 minutes, 4 of 6 from the floor and 8 points. Stockton has it blocked by Scott Williams.
And he does that so well. There you go. Open up now. I'm surprised they're going to the triangle because it takes so much time for him to get a shot.
Jordan gets it anyway, and he is feeling it. Michael Jordan has scored 10 of Chicago's last 12. It is a 3-point game with 3:20 remaining.
See, this group has done a terrific job defensively. With Pippen out of there and Michael at the small forward, you do not lose any quickness at all because you got 2 good guards.
The skip pass over to Jeff Malone, who shot an air ball. Horace Grant got popped in the face.
Yep. Michael Jordan. Plenty of time here. 15 seconds.
10 of Chicago's last 12. 10 seconds to shoot.
Too slow getting into this. High screen and roll.
Michael Jordan. 12 of Chicago's last 14. It is a one-point Jazz game. Utah had led by 20.
You know, it's interesting. Half the people are cheering and half the people are booing. It's amazing.
Well, if you buy a ticket to see the Chicago Bulls make their only trip to Utah, you always get your money's worth. I've rarely seen when you didn't. As Michael Jordan, look what he's done the last 5.5 minutes.
B.J. Armstrong just better relax a little bit. Hugh Hollins is telling Jordan to talk to him because B.J. committed the foul and then was carrying on. One thing you do not want to do is give up a free point here with a technical foul.
B.J. Armstrong, one of the most cherubic-looking players in the NBA.
Oh, and a big miss.
Big miss on the rebound by Horace Grant. It is a two-point Jazz lead, 2:28 to go.
See, B.J.'s been doing an excellent job on John Stockton. His defense, you know, he's really doing. Here's a pick, high screen and roll.
Jordan is feeling it. He's got the tongue out. He has the lather building, and he's going to shoot it from any place, and he has tied this game. Chicago has made up a 20-point deficit on the road.
Bad shot.
Rebound, Horace Grant.
Off balance.
Bulls can take the lead with 1:55 to go. Horace Grant, 18 rebounds in this game.
Another high screen and roll. Watch out, there's some. BJ's wide open. There he is.
For three!
How about it? How about it?
90-87 Bulls.
As soon as Michael Jordan saw that Stockton left BJ and came and trapped him, he brought him all the way outside so BJ would open up in that corner.
You should see the Chicago bench on this 15-3 run that the Bulls are on. They are on their feet and believing that they got a chance to win. The Bulls have been slumping. They need something like this. The Jazz have been losing their confidence. This is the last thing they need to have to them. They had a 20-point lead. Michael Jordan draws the foul. Mark Eaton.
Well, the pump. He faked the shot, brought it back, and then as Mark Eaton came across them, went right up inside. Beautiful adjustment that time by Michael in the air. Now just watch as he starts up. He sees Eaton coming now. Now I see a little hipsy do, brings it back, and then he takes it up. Excellent move.
Minute 12 to go in the game. Jordan, who's been struggling from the line late in the game recently, missed that one. The crowd goes crazy.
I hope we're not going to chastise him over his effort during this quarter, are we? Because he's human. He missed the foul shot.
And he's, by the way, 6 of 7, 7 of 8 from the line. That's the only shot he's missed. 2-point Bulls lead, minute 12 to go.
Right now, Utah, not enough movement. Not enough movement in the high screen and roll. Now there's the trap. Someone's wide open. They were too late getting it to Eaton. Eaton was wide open underneath.
Under a minute to play in the game.
They're going to run it again.
The steal from B.J. Armstrong and the foul in the backcourt.
Remember I said, give him his due. He has played terrific basketball. He has deflected at least 5 balls in this quarter, B.J. Armstrong. And then he hits the distant 3. All right, and now he's on the line.
And with 53.5 seconds to go in the game, the Bulls up by 2. Pippen is going to come back in.
That group did an excellent job. Trent Tucker and B.J. in the backcourt with Michael up front.
B.J. Armstrong 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. 85% shooter on the season. It's a 3-point Bulls lead. They have made up a 20-point deficit, outscoring the Jazz by 23 points since that big lead. And a 4-point lead with 53.5. Jerry Sloan with the timeout. The Chicago Bulls, amazing, slumping on the road, but showing a lot of character here tonight.
Introducing the new Subaru Impreza engine computer and the automatic transmission computer. Unlike the Honda Civic, ours talk to each other. Listen.
Something to drink, sir?
Yeah, make it a Bud Light.
Sorry, we just ran out.
Oh. Excuse me. Bud Light?
Try Flight 261 out of L.A.
Oh, thank you.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Do you have a Bud Light?
Yes. Welcome aboard, sir.
Great. Where are we going?
Presenting a remarkable new breakthrough in the area of childhood development. Honey, look at this.
Oh, Drew has started writing.
It's Dutch Boy's tough new...
Toward Utah, 17-14. How about that?
We look at the quarter, you know, and it's just amazing what they have done. But you give it all to their defense. Now you can see both teams have plenty of timeouts. And Chicago still has a 20. Big thing here is you want to get a good shot, high pick and roll, and then, oh, he took the three.
Can't hit it. John Stockton, the dream team guard, pulls the Jazz to within one. Every time these two teams play, you get this kind of finish. Last year at Utah, it was a triple overtime. Here's Michael. The foul on Malone on the drive. Jordan to the line with the Bulls up by one.
Team with so few seconds, you're trying not to foul him. Because if you foul him, you're putting him on the line. Two ways of looking at it. Foul him, put him on the line, make him make the two foul shots, you're still down three. But the other theory is make him shoot over you and hope that we can get the rebound.
But you can look at Michael in this ball game and see that he has that energy, the intensity that makes him the great player. Even at the free throw line right now, he's very confident. 18 points this quarter, 35 in the game.
Let's go back to the half-court shot right before the half. Missed it.
Kept alive by Grant, but stolen by Corbin. It is a two-point Bulls lead. Corbin hard to the hoop, blocked by Chicago. Jordan fouled by Stockton. 21.5 seconds to go in the game.
From here, Corbin, as he exploded on that baseline, it looked like he could not gather himself and get up high. Now just watch it right here. You're going to see it right there. He went on it, got caught. He got hit right on the elbow. All right, by who? B.J. Armstrong, once again doing a good defensive move. Definite charge there because Stockton was moving, could not take away that alley. Oh,
my! Free throws in a row. This happened in the previous Bulls.
Well, you're in good shape here now. Remember, they have plenty of timeouts.
That one rattled home. 3-point Bulls lead. 20 seconds to go.
Now they're trying to look for a three, possibly right out of the flow. There it is.
Then Wall. Jordan comes away with it.
Big save.
The foul with 5.9 seconds left.
All right, now everyone in the building is yelling that there should have been a goaltending, okay? From our angle here, that shot was so high it killed 5 pigeons, okay, flying across. And then as it came down, it definitely did not have a chance to go in. It looked like it was off to the right as it skinned the rim. Everyone wanted a goaltending because it was touched up high.
Jordan back to the free throw line. He has missed 4 free throws tonight.
All right, here's the shot. You're going to see the shot go up, and there it is right there. The ball hit and was coming off. Definitely not a goaltending call.
Good no call. Jordan needs this one to give the Bulls the 4-point lead. He finally gets this one after missing 3 free throws down the stretch here. But the Bulls now lead it by 4 with 5.9 seconds. And that is not to take away from the incredible fourth quarter effort by the Bulls defense and Jordan's offense.
We know we see all the men you have to be, just how much you give, all the lives you live.
From Gillette sensor technology comes the Gillette Series, shaving, aftershave, and deodorant products to help a man look, feel, and be his best. The Gillette Series with Gillette sensor, it's redefining men's grooming.
When you were 21?
Yeah. We talked about the Bulls taking the ball to the hoop and getting Utah in foul trouble. And that was one of the keys, in addition to the defense and in addition to Jordan's offense.
Well, up until that time, Bob, they had only attempted 11 free throws and were getting killed in the paint. Michael Jordan, the guy in the picture, gets it done. Most of the baskets were down inside of the dotted line or somewhere below the foul line. They went down into that game, and then their defense was absolutely outstanding.
5.9 seconds left. Malone shoots for the three-pointer. This ball game is over. The Bulls have erased a 20-point Utah lead and have won by 4, 96-92. An incredible comeback on the road by a slumping Chicago Bulls team. The Chicago Bulls win it 96-92. We'll be back in a moment.